with that rah-rah. We leave you dead on the cement. With the game, we ain't playing fair. Matter of fact, we don't play it all. OG was in the air, but we better run till we smoke it all. Wasn't on the front, boy, you better fall. We don't kill them dead, we don't kill them all. Might spend a 10 when I'm in the mall. I was on the beam with it in my draw.
Hi guys, it's me, Demi, back with another video. So I just want to come on here and talk about self-love, because a lot of people I know struggle with this, and for some reason people think self-love just means like taking yourself shopping or taking yourself out to eat. And it's just like, no, there's plenty of other things you can do to make yourself feel more love for yourself. And it's definitely deeper than just shopping. That only just scratches the surface. That doesn't do anything for your insides. So let's get started. First thing I thought about was writing yourself a love letter. And I would say write yourself a love letter, because in the love letter you can state all the things you love about yourself, just as if you would write a letter to a lover and write all the things you love about them. But instead, it'll be something about you, or things that you love about you, to yourself. That way, you can point out what you love about yourself, and nobody else has the power to tell you what you are capable of, or what you're good at, or what is great about you. You're telling people what's great about you yourself. Or you're telling yourself what's great about yourself in a letter. And you'll see it written down, so that a visual always helps you feel things internally also. And I would also say, like, and with that, like, you should gas yourself. Like, definitely, it sounds like a joke, but I'm serious. Like, gas yourself. Like, you should go in the mirror and be like, ooh, girl, your booty is cute. Or like, ooh, girl, you're so smart, or you're so beautiful, or you're so kind, you're so sweet, you're so patient, you're so loving. Anything about your personality would be great. And then throw in a couple body parts too. Gas yourself up all around. You should balance it out. Like, gas up your body parts, and then also gas up any personality parts or traits. I said personality parts. Just kidding. But anyway, something that connects with that a little bit is list out all the things that you like about yourself, and also list out things that you don't really care for about yourself, that you wish you could change, or that you want to change. And then in the process of writing down what you want to change, write down next to them what you could do, or would do, or should do to change those things. And then in the process, you're gonna figure out some of the stuff that you can't change. There's some stuff about you that is just gonna be permanent. You just have to live with it. So that's the point in the list, that you will come to the point where you have to accept whatever it is that you cannot change about yourself. And once you accept those things, you'll start to feel better. And then you'll have the balance of having things that you love about yourself with things that you don't really care for about yourself. So that way you can still remind yourself about the things that you love about yourself, but you also have the things that you want to work on, because you know subconsciously in the back of your mind, those things that you don't really like about yourself are still hanging there. So like I said, at least you have the list of what you don't like about yourself, but they will be balanced out with something positive, with stating that either accept what it is that you don't like about yourself, or write down things that you can do to change what you don't like about yourself, or what you're going to do, what plan you're gonna put into action to change whatever it is about yourself that you don't like. Next thing is to put yourself first. Don't ever live your life for other people. Don't be a people pleaser, ever, because it's gonna blow up in your face eventually. As you get older, you're gonna realize, what am I doing? Why am I doing this stuff for these other people, and I'm not happy with whatever they're asking me to do? So, like, an example would put yourself first would be like, if somebody wants you to go over to this destination and you don't want to really go over there, then don't go. Or if somebody wants you to hang out with somebody and you don't really like the other person, don't go. You don't have to be around anybody you don't want to be around. You don't have to go anywhere you don't want to go. You don't have to eat what food you don't want to eat. Unless you live with your parents and you're like underage, then I don't know. I don't know about that one. You might still have to eat your vegetables. But at least as an adult, as a young adult, teenager, whatever, you don't have to do any of those things you don't want to do. If somebody's pressuring you into doing something and you really just don't want to do it, then don't do it. Who cares what that person has to say about you? At the end of the day, they're going to find something negative to say about you, regardless of if you do whatever it is that they want you to do or not. So it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, do what makes you happy, do what you want to do. Because when you are doing what other people want you to do, that is betraying yourself. You're making yourself angry. You're going to make yourself upset because you're doing what everybody else wants you to do instead of doing what you want to do. So do what you want to do in the process. That is how you love yourself. Put yourself first. So if somebody suggests something that you don't want to do, then don't do it. Because guess what? They are not the ones who have to deal with the decision that they made against themselves. They're not the one that's going to have to deal with consequences that you might have dealing with some sort of situation that you didn't want to even entertain in the beginning. If you don't want to do something, if you don't feel comfortable doing something that somebody suggesting you do, don't do it. Stay true to yourself and don't do it. Stand your ground and do what you want to do, or don't do what you don't want to do. Another thing is, I would say spend time alone. And I don't mean like completely isolate yourself like day in and day out. That's not what I mean. But like spend time alone, meaning at least once a week. Take time out to spend time with yourself. Do what you want to do. Plan a day, because I do this a lot. I plan a day where I clear the whole schedule for me. So like I say, like tomorrow, actually, my plan for tomorrow, Saturday, I'm going to go get my nails done in the morning. Maybe the afternoon, I haven't decided yet. It depends on when I get out of bed. And after I get my nails done, I'm gonna go probably go get some Wendy's chicken nuggets. The spicy ones, y'all know those spicy ones came out. They came back, spicy nuggets. So I'm about to go get me some spicy nuggets. And that's it. That's really all I want to do. I'm going to go home and mind my business and probably sleep all day. I don't know. Because also, this is my last week off of school. I start school next Thursday. So I just need one more day of me time to do what I want to do, enjoy my little break off from school, and entertain myself. And not worry about what anybody else is suggesting me for me to do. Like, hey, you want to go to this party? Hey, you want to go? No, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to get my nails done, get my spicy nuggets, and I'm getting to bed. Okay? All right. So I would suggest doing what you want to do once a week. Plan a day that you want to do. Nothing involving school, nothing involving your work, nothing involving any kids. Just do what you want to do, if it's possible. I know sometimes it's not possible, but if it is possible, make it happen. I don't care what excuse you try to give yourself. Go to the movies if you've been wanting to go to the movies. Go out to eat by yourself. Go to the mall by yourself. If you don't feel like being around people, like outside, I would just, for me personally, like I said, like how I'm gonna do tomorrow, is gonna be by myself, like the whole day, and just be in my room and just watching TV and whatever, taking a nap, whatever else, listening to music, doing what I want to do. And the only time I go outside is if I want to go outside. That's what I would suggest. Heck, have a day once a week that you want to do all the activities that you want to do. So even if it's like you want to go to Six Flags, go to Six Flags by yourself. I would do that. Just whatever you had set on your heart to do, especially if it was something that nobody else wanted to do with you anyway, just still do it. Just do it by yourself and enjoy your time by yourself. And don't even think too hard about the fact that you're by yourself, because it's going to make it worse. That's going to make you think that you're lonely when you're not. You're really enjoying the time by yourself. You're just realizing that you're alone and you're going to make yourself sad. So don't think about the fact that you're alone. Just think about the fact that you're by yourself and you're happy. I mean, don't think about you're by yourself, but think about the fact that you're happy doing what you want to do. Make the day all about yourself. Another thing I would say is allow yourself to feel any feelings that you have. Like if you feel sad or if you feel like crying and you don't know why, it's okay. Let yourself cry. Even if you feel like the crying is weird and random, you feel bipolar, oh well, let it happen, okay? Let it happen. If you feel angry out of nowhere, if you feel depressed out of nowhere, if you feel a burst of happiness even, just allow any of those emotions to flow through you. Just allow it to happen. Let it happen. Let it flow through you, and let it go. Take a deep breath and let it go. Let it pass. Because if you try to ignore those feelings, like especially the negative ones, if you keep trying to ignore them, it's gonna ball up inside of you, and it's gonna be a pit of anger in your stomach, and you don't want that. Because you're gonna be bitter. Don't do that. So instead of holding on to the anger and sadness and depression, even if it is random and inexplicable, just don't let it sit there and rot, pretty much. Let it flow through you and let it just happen. Let it pass. And then if it helps, sometimes you can write it down. That helps me a lot. Like if I'm feeling a certain way, even if it's a random emotion, I don't know where it came from and why it's happening, just let it happen. Write it down. You'll see it on paper. It helps, like, because it's like a kind of psychological thing where you take the feelings or thoughts that you have within yourself, put it on a piece of paper, and let it float away. Like, you can take the piece of paper, ball it up, throw it out. You can shred it, burn it. I don't know. Do something. But write it down and get rid of the paper. And don't look at it anymore. Because that is your way of thinking about it, feeling your emotions, letting it pass, putting it on paper, and getting rid of it. So it's out of you onto the paper and destroyed somewhere. That makes me feel better just even thinking about doing that. But yeah, so just let yourself feel what you're feeling, write it down, get rid of it. That's it. Another thing I would suggest is seeing a therapist. I feel like everybody needs to see a therapist at some point in their life, whether it be young, middle-aged. I guess you can't really say middle-aged. Well, I guess you can. Young, middle-age, old age, doesn't matter. See a therapist, because if you see a therapist, they will help you heal faster, because they're going to point out things that you don't even realize is happening within you or with, like, in your surroundings. And they'll help you realize a lot of stuff a lot sooner that you didn't even think about. They'll pick out things that you didn't even know that were even there. And they'll help you think about it and process it and figure out next steps to deal with whatever it is that is problematic at the time, or problems that are problematic at the time. And if you can't afford to see a therapist, or you don't have the time to see a therapist, I would do the rest of the things I'm telling you to do, because those also help the healing process. But like I said, I feel like strongly everybody should see a therapist. And there's like different ethnic groups that you can see. There's different backgrounds of people that are therapists. You don't have to. I know a lot of black people always try to say, like, I don't want to see a white lady and blah blah blah. She can't tell me about my life because she can't relate because she's not black, blah blah blah. I get it. I totally get it. I understand 100%. This is why when I have had a counselor back in the day, I had a black woman, because she can relate. Black woman, you know what I'm saying? So get somebody that's like you. There's plenty of websites you can get on and try to like find somebody that looks like you, and you can even bounce around. Like if you don't like the therapist that you establish yourself with, you don't have to stay with them. You can go with another one. But if you have the time and the money, I suggest you see a therapist. Like, it will help you so much, and it'll help you get out things that you didn't even know was even there on the inside of you. I would also suggest feeding your subconscious. And I would suggest that in 2 different ways. The first way I thought of was, it's kind of weird. Like you'll feel weird at the beginning because you're not used to doing it. Sorry, my nose is getting stuffy. I don't know why. But stare at yourself in the mirror and just say positive things about yourself. Like, I'm strong, I'm intelligent, I'm beautiful, I'm caring, I'm loving. Anything positive to say about yourself, you should say it about yourself. But look yourself in the eye. Make sure you make eye contact with yourself in the mirror and say all those positive things you love about yourself. Because that way, you're feeding your subconscious to believe the things that you're saying about yourself to yourself. Because there's this YouTube video I think I saw a couple weeks ago where the person was saying, like, you know, most people make jokes about themselves, like calling themselves an idiot or calling themselves stupid or ugly. And your subconscious doesn't even realize that you're joking. So, like, even if you're saying those things and you're just joking, consciously you're saying you're joking, but subconsciously you're feeding yourself negativity, and your body is responding to that negativity, whether you believe it or not. So I would suggest only saying positive things about yourself. So cut out the negative jokes. So like, I've been working on that myself, like calling myself an idiot, and I'm just joking, but like I said, calling yourself an idiot, you're gonna make yourself subconsciously believe that you're actually an idiot, and you don't want that to happen. That's gonna manifest itself in other areas of your life. So I would suggest being mindful of what you're telling yourself, whether you're joking or not. And like I said, using the mirror, eye contact in the mirror, and telling yourself beautiful things about yourself, about your personality, about you as a person as a whole. Because then that feeds your subconscious mind, and it helps you have positive thoughts about yourself, and it will become second nature to you after a while. And then the second thing I thought about to feed your subconscious is to listen to guided meditation affirmations on YouTube, or I think they have them on podcasts on Apple, I believe. But if you listen to those guided meditations of positive affirmations, they have all different kinds. They have like ones for success, ones for love, one for happiness, and all this stuff. So if you get on those and listen to those, subconsciously you're feeding yourself positive things about yourself, and it feels good to have another voice saying it to you. I feel like subconsciously, if you hear another voice saying those positive things to you, it helps you believe those positive things about yourself, and you're feeding your subconscious and making yourself happier, and you're loving yourself more, because you're like, oh, all these nice things, I am. Oh, okay, cool. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but like once you feed your subconscious these things, these positive things, you'll be so much happier, trust me. So I feel like listening to these affirmation meditation guides are more effective when you are busy. Because you know, like when you're busy, you're subconsciously doing things anyway, or you're subconsciously thinking things, or somebody's saying something, you're subconsciously registering what they're saying to you, to your subconscious, but you're not really like consciously knowing that these things are happening. So like, I feel like when you listen to these affirmations, listen to them when you're busy. So like, for me, when I'm at work, I listen to the positive affirmations, I listen to the meditations, and I'm listening to all the positive, encouraging words that's coming in while I'm at work. So even if I'm having a bad day, I'm listening to those positive affirmations and making me feel good, it makes me in a better mood. And then it's really effective at nighttime when you're about to go to sleep, or if you're taking a nap and you're like at your most rested state, and you're relaxed, and you're just laying there, and you just hear all you hear this voice saying all these positive things to you, all these good things about yourself. And it's like I said, it's another voice telling you these things, so it's making you believe it more, because something else or someone else is telling you. So you're believing it, and subconsciously you're taking it all in as you're falling asleep. I feel like that's very... Sorry guys, my video got cut off. But like I was saying, if you're laying there subconsciously and letting it all sink in, all the positive affirmations coming in with a different voice, you start to believe it. If you do this for like every night as you're falling asleep before you go to bed, you'll wake up feeling really good. Like, I promise you, you're gonna feel so relaxed as you're sleeping, and then you're gonna wake up feeling really good. So I would suggest those things. So that's the end of the video. If you guys have any more suggestions, put them down in the comments below, or just have a general comment or a question or whatever, put them down below. I would like to say thank you for listening to my rambling. Like the video, share it if you like, and then subscribe. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.